Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train, let's hope for an easier expert challenge than last time. Blighted Existence was a really hard one. I'm actually pretty happy with how far we got with the Blighted Existence, but we didn't win. Let's hope for an easier one this time, because I'd like a win. Brains Over Brawn. Your champion isn't up for a fight, but they know plenty of card tricks. Your champion enters with Sap 20 and Heartless, so our champion is not very good in battle. That's fine for some champions. Cards are not discarded at the end of turn. All cards have permafrost, and each time you draft a card, gain a second copy. Weird. Actually pretty weird. So we want a champion that doesn't have a ton of health, but does have a lot of effects. That's what I'm thinking here. Honestly, the Stygian is pretty good, but we played with the Stygian last time, so let's play with a different one this time. What do we have under the Wurmkin? So you are really supposed to be in battle, the Spine Chief. Although there's some things the Spine Chief could do. Echo Right is not here for the battling, it's here for doing other effects. So maybe we should do Echo Right. Okay, I'm thinking we do Wurmkin and Melting. The last time we won a Divine Victory with Wurmkin Melting was Covenant Rake 9. So let's see if we can do much better than that. In Covenant Rake 9, we did the Exiled Wurmkin Champion and the primary card for the Melting. I think that we should not do the exact same thing, but we do need to choose Echo Right because of the challenge. So let's do Primitive Mold over the Dreg. Alright, so Exiled. Wurmkin Melting Remnant, Exiled with Brains Over Brawn. Let's try it. Bogfly, Dripfall, and Soul Siphon. I do like seeing the Soul Siphon. I like having one of those in the deck. The Bogfly I don't really like. Dripfall is perfectly fine. We have Seraph the Diligent, which, man, Seraph the Diligent shows up a lot these days. I don't really like Seraph the Diligent. It's probably the most difficult of the Seraph fights. So, that's annoying. Granted, one of our things, the 2-for-1, does help against Seraph the Diligent. I'm noticing that this works for monsters as well as spells. So when we draft a monster, we're going to get 2 of them. Interesting. Okay, let's do the champion first. So, we've never gone Shellsmith 3, which makes me kind of want to do the Shellsmith. Apply armor 4 to friendly units. The Marsh Lord is good for having eggs. The Shellsmith is good for, along with other monsters, I guess, because it applies 4 armor. I don't know, let's try it. I haven't really gone down the Shellsmith that much, so let's learn what the Shellsmith really does for us. Ooh, some good stuff here. I like all 3 of these. Exploding Candle is probably the one that needs the least setup, and therefore probably not one that we want to take. Combustible Wax could be amazing if we don't want our units to burn out. And that could be amazing. And then Vapor Funnel is always really nice. Of all of the Pyre upgrades, Vapor Funnel is my favorite. I think let's take Combustible Wax. And we could get Concussive Coals. I do like Concussive Coals. Allows me to put things at the bottom more effectively. Don't really like Rationing Scales. It would get me some money. It would heal the Pyre right now. But it doesn't get you a lot of money, right? Let's say Concussive Coals. Okay, Not a whole lot that we can get out of those 3 starter artifacts, but, you know, let's see what we do. Mark of Invasion. We do have Echo Breaks, so we could take a Mark of Invasion. I don't know. Do we want a Mark of Invasion? Let's take it. At worst, it hurts us some. I have to remember that we have Magic Hand. So Magic Hand means that we don't need to play things on the first turn if we don't want to. So at the top, it's kind of nice because if we kill this one, then the other 2 are dazed and just easily die. So playing things at the top is fine. I guess let's play Echo Right in the back, Train Steward in the front, and an Echo Break. The primitive molds are actually really nice for Magic Hand. It's just that I probably don't want tons of primitive molds in the deck. Probably want to remove some of those. Ooh, the champion gets 10 sap, which is enough for him not to kill the clergyman. Alright, so we're going to take 3 damage. 3 damage at the first turn. More damage next turn, probably. So we've got a bog fly that we can put up there. Currently, our train steward dies, and the only way to prevent the train steward from dying is 2 Echo Breaks, which I think means we should do 2 Echo Breaks. I don't mind something dying because of primitive mold, but I do kind of mind it because of the fact that we don't have something else to put there, and it costs Ember Drain to put things there. Okay, Bogfly is going here. We do 2 Echo Breaks so that our Train Steward doesn't die. And then we don't kill the Collector, which is sad. I do like that the Bogfly has so much damage. If we get another Echo Break, we can't quite kill this one. We need to draw 2 Echo Breaks. We could draw Dripfall. Another Bogfly doesn't help because we can't fit it. Eventually our champion will have some attack though. So I guess we Dripfall you because we can't take you out. I guess that's the case. And then I guess let's do the Soul Siphon here so that we have full echoes there. Alright, Dripfall you. And then let's put a Train Steward at the bottom. Or we could put a Train Steward in the center, have it die so that the primitive mold does something. Okay, I'm happy with that. We're only going to draw 4 cards next turn. Hopefully at least one of those is an Echo Break. I'm really hoping for 2 Echo Breaks. So there's our Bogfly. We did get 2 Echo Breaks, which is great because we can kill one of these and the back one. That's very nice. Ooh, you guys die? Both of you die this turn? That's so bad. Aren't you adding armor every turn? Oh, triggers when a card is consumed on this floor. Oh, I did not realize that was an etch ability. Alright, well, I probably messed up a lot there, which is why we're going to take some damage in this one. I think we want to keep the Bogfly in our hand, so we can put the Bogfly at the top. I want to play 2 Train Stewards at the bottom. I can't play 2 Train Stewards. If we play 1 Primitive Mold, we could get back the Train Steward that has died and play it at the bottom. It has burnout 3. Where do I want the bogfly? Maybe we want the bogfly in the center. Not at the top? Yeah, in the center. Okay, we're going to primitive mold you again next turn. Oh man. Why did I not notice that it was an etch ability that our champion has? I don't know, but it's really costing me that we did not notice that. Okay, we need primitive mold to be played, so we get this train steward back. It goes in front. We need drip fall to be played. Probably. We want to play primitive molds again next turn. Let's play the Weight of Contrition. We want to play primitive molds again next turn, and play basically these two guys again, if we can. Or, you know, whatever comes out. So we could drip fall this turn or next turn. I think I like it this turn. Okay. If we draw an Echo... what is it called? Echo Break, we can kill that back one. Otherwise, let's hope that we do enough damage to kill the front one. So, we need to play 2 primitive molds. Primitive mold. Primitive mold. The train steward goes in front. The bogfly goes in back. And we're winning, so we get to play the Weight of Contrition. Alright. Well, that did not go well. That did not go well at all, because I assumed my Echo Right was giving me armor every turn, which was not happening. Okay, what do we get? Hosting Kin is a 0 cost that has Consume on it. Proclamation extracts 2. It has Infused, so it's not that bad, but the Extract 2 makes it a lot harder to play. A lot harder to play. Still, do we want Proclamation over Hosting Kin? Hosting Kin has Consume on it, which is nice. Let's take Hosting Kin. It works with my champion. Sacred Wicks reforms 2 random units. Oh my gosh, these are weird choices. Because we already have all of these primitive molds in the deck. So getting Sacred Wicks is weird. Do we need 2 more drip falls? I don't think so. I think we just skip these. Maybe we take Sacred Wicks just as a consume card. I don't know. You know what? It's a consume card that has Infused on it. I don't know if that's a good plan. The Remnant unit or Wurmkin unit, Merchant of Magic, or Merchant of Steel. Well... what does the Merchant of Magic do for me? It does some things. I wouldn't mind putting a Surge Stone on an Echo Break, but I think the Merchant of Steel might be better right now. Let's take a Remnant unit. Wickless Baron or Wickless Tycoon. We're gonna get 2 of them. We could take the Wickless Baron with the intention of sacrificing one Wickless Baron to the other to make a Super Wickless Baron. I really do like that. Alright, let's try to make a Super Wickless Baron. We could even sacrifice it right now, but I don't know that we want to. True Stone. True Stone could go on Hosting Kin. Extreme Stone could go on Hosting Kin. I kind of like both of those. Let's consider it. Let's look at our Merchant of Steel. Frenzy Stone. Alright, you know I like my Frenzy Stones. Frenzy Stone on a Wickless Baron. And then we don't want a Wick Stone, because there's nothing we would want to put a Wick Stone on. Battlestone. We could take a Battlestone and put it on this Wickless Baron, or I could hope to get something better to put on this Wickless Baron. What are we going to do next time? We might take an artifact and heal, rather than going to another Merchant of Steel. I don't know. I'm thinking about duplicating a Wickless Baron. In order to do that, do I want to fully upgrade my Wickless Baron right now? And maybe that means we go to the Merchant of Steel next time. So what if we made our Wickless Baron really nice? I think I'm going to not take the Battlestone, but I am going to Engage Pact right now. Engage Pact... I mean, do I get rid of the Bogfly? Or the Wickless Baron? Probably the Wickless Baron. I want to do these two on top of each other. So, sacrifice you onto the one that already has a Frenzy Stone. Now you have a Harvest 5. And then I do want the True Stone onto Hosting Kin. And I do want an Extreme Stone. Let's just take lots of stones. Alright. Do we put it on the same Hosting Kin or a different one? The fact that it has Consume does make it kind of bad, what I just did. Yeah, I did just put a True Stone on a Consume card. Let's put this on an Echo Break. Okay. Putting a True Stone on a Consume card was a little bit questionable. I will acknowledge that. Alright. Go to the next one. High threat level already. Enemy units aren't enter with armor 10. I don't think we can handle. We also don't really want a unit draft. And the haste is kind of bad. So let's just click fight. Do we want to put things at the bottom? Kind of do. Kind of do. We could kill 2 of them this turn if we put them at the bottom. And our Wickless Baron would get pretty strong. Okay. I'm really considering doing that. Especially because of the concussive coals. So we want to put you in front, I guess? Guess we're going to put you in front. I don't really want to play any of these cards. Do we just hold them? I've got 2 Ember I'm not using. The primitive molds, of course, don't do anything. But the Dripfall could save me 5 health. Do I want to do the Dripfall? I don't want to. Let's save it. Okay. Now, we can kill those front 2. We can also kill 1 random one. Kind of like killing 1 random one here. By random, I mean this one. Alright. What about you 2? I don't mind you making it to the top. I would prefer that you didn't. And I would really like to kill the Collector, too. It would be nice to kill the Collector. I don't really care if you make it to the top. That's 1 damage. You're also 1 damage if you make it to the top. So I kind of want to Dripfall this one, so that we could try to kill it in a future turn. And I kind of want to Dripfall the Collector. I don't want to put Ember Drain in my own units. So I think we consume in the... Actually, let's put it at the top because of all of the haste. So let's put those up there. Let's Dripfall you to try to deal with you in the future. And Dripfall a Collector? The Collector would just go to the top next turn because of you, right? Except that the Collector doesn't really move anywhere. I don't know. I want to Dripfall the Collector. Let's do it. Dripfall the Collector. I'm thinking about playing one of these primitive molds, just to get it out of the hand, because we don't need primitive molds that often. Okay. I'm not killing enough of them. There's the hosting kin. So I like the bogfly. I could put the bogfly in front so that it will eventually die and give you even more harvest. I like that. Put the bogfly in front. We could hosting kin and echo break. We haven't had anything else die. We've drawn very few things, including all 4 of those train stewards. Anyway. Kill you. We'll accept the 1 damage from you because we can't avoid it. And let's play another primitive mold down here. Actually, another primitive mold too. Our guys are not dying. Okay, I think we took 2 damage. And we can place Sacred Wicks to give my units armor, which is kind of nice. We can Echo Break, which is kind of nice. Let's play Sacred Wicks. So Sacred Wicks, give my units armor. And then we're winning. Great. Which means that we could play Echo Break here to kill you. And Echo Break here to kill you. Alright. We win on the bottom floor. How nice. Our big harvest guy is strong. He is strong. It's just that he kills 2 things, not all of the things. Bounding Echoes. I like Bounding Echoes. I also like Echo Infusion. Let's take Bounding Echoes because it's something that is infused, has consume, and costs 0. That's really good for the things that we want to do. Also, applying infuse to cards in hand is better with Magic Hand. Alright. Molten Encasement. Molten Encasement is quite good. The Draft isn't terrible either, but the Molten Encasement is something that we want to die in front of our harvest units as often as we can have it happen. Okay, let's do it. Now, I think we want to go right so that we can potentially get another good Merchant of Steel thing on my... what is it called? My Wickless Baron? I'm turning down Herzl's Horde, but I'm doing that. Alright, let's see what we have. We have a Speed Stone. Actually kind of nice, right? Speedstone on our Wickless Baron. It's a little bit not important because of the Molten Encasement. If the Molten Encasement isn't there in front, then the Speedstone is nice. If it is, then it's not important. We could not re-roll. So maybe we take the Echo Stone instead. I'm thinking about taking the Echo Stone and the Wick Stone. Echo Stone on the Wickless Baron. Before we do this, let's look at this Remnant unit. And peek in the Divine Temple. Another Extreme Stone and True Stone. How interesting. Bounty Stalker. Every time it dies, it gets more attack. I'm going to take it. I don't know if that was a good plan, but I did do it. Let's do the Concealed Caverns. The Remains of Armageddon. Oh, we've barely ever seen this one. And actually, we've mastered this one, but not the other two. We've mastered Petrified Skull, kill a non-boss unit. Thy Holiest Shield, the Most Blessed Sword. The Most Blessed Sword is pretty interesting. I liked the Petrified Skull, apparently. Thy Holiest Shield. I don't know if I care about this time. Let's take the Most Blessed Sword. And we get 2 of them, right? We got 2 of the Most Blessed Sword? Let's check. Nope, we only get 1. So this only happens when we draft a card from a card pick. So our goal is basically to not play that, so that we could master it. But, you know, we might not get that option. Okay, Divine Temple. Just out of curiosity, what is the unit essence on the Bounty Stalker? We could get rid of a Bounty Stalker to another Bounty Stalker. That's kind of interesting. It would mean that we'd be at a very high threat level for a very long time. Maybe we should do that. The other option is the Molten Encasement. We could sacrifice a Molten Encasement to a Molten Encasement, which is not bad either. Or a Bogfly to the Bounty Stalker, which is okay, I guess. I really want to sacrifice the Bounty Stalker to the Bounty Stalker. I'm doing a lot of things that I think might end up turning out not great. But here we are doing those things. Do we want to do a True Stone on an Echo Break? I think I'm going to do Ridiculous Pack Shards. Ridiculous Pack Shards it is. So here we go. Ridiculous Pack Shards. Now, do we do the Speed Stone on our Bounty Stalker? It's kind of a weird thing to do. Echo Stone, I think we put that on the Wickless Baron. Wickstone we put on a Molten Encasement, because we want it to have burnout, so that it dies eventually, even if it wouldn't die normally. And I don't think we take the Speed Stone. I do think we purge a card. I think we need to purge Train Stewards, and lots of other things, but let's start with the Train Stewards. Okay, I have done crazy things, let's see if they kill me. They could kill me. Constructed explosives enter with damage shield. It's annoying. Alright, the Wickless Baron... Echo Right Wickless Baron at the bottom is still a good thing. I'm having trouble seeing how we prevent some of these from making it to the top. Yeah, I'm having trouble with some of that. You have a spell shield, which is annoying because of the Echo Break. Do we put the Echo Right down here? We could put the Echo Right somewhere else. In fact, maybe we set up at the top this time. For these two guys? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I want. It's kind of a problem that I don't know what I want. I think we're going to set up at the top. And that means Echo Right and Wickless Baron at the top. The Echo Right needs to get through its sap as quickly as it can. We're not going to kill anything this turn, we are going to kill things next turn. Potentially. Potentially going to kill things next turn. The Bounty Stalker. Bounty Stalker we want to die. We definitely want it to die, so we should play it. Let's see here. Having trouble thinking of where we put things. The Bounty Stalker has Stealth 2, so it's not going to die for a little bit. We should put it down at the bottom, so it can do a little bit of damage. Before it dies. We want to kill the Trusted Priest with this Echo Break. We want to play a Bogfly. We probably want to play the Bogfly next turn. Do we play Sacred Wicks right now, just to get rid of it? And it means that we could draw an extra card next turn. Let's do that. Okay. Next turn, we're going to have trouble figuring out what we're doing. Okay, luckily you did not put your Constructed Explosive here yet. The Constructed Explosive kills the Bounty Stalker. That's actually useful for me. Bounding Echoes is good. I want to play a Bounding Echoes and then a Bogfly, because I want the Bogfly to die probably. Okay, so Bounding Echoes, and then we play a Bogfly. I want this Bogfly to die, which means I don't want to kill this unit. I would really like to kill the back unit. We can do that with this Echo Break. How about that? Back unit dead. That killed my Bogfly, which, you know, is something that I wanted to happen. So I guess I'm happy with how it happened. We want to play another Echo Break here. And now my Wickless Baron is strong. Do we want to play the Molten Encasement so that we gain stealth and the Wickless Baron gets stronger? I think we do. Okay, I think that was a good turn. And my Bounty Stalker dies, which is good. Unfortunately, we can't guarantee that we get the Bounty Stalker back when we play a Primitive Mole, but we do want to get the Bounty Stalker back so that it dies more. Okay, what do we want to do here? We could do Sacred Wicks, that would be guaranteed to get my Bounty Stalker back. You are a problem because you do enough, like, you survive the first hit, which is not great for me. We could slowly change that. I think we do Sacred Wicks at the top. Sacred Wicks, get 2 of these units back. Oh, I didn't have room in my hand. How very unfortunate. We could get the Molten Encasement. Have the Molten Encasement die from the Constructed Explosive or something. I really wanted to get the Bounty Stalker back, though. I guess we still can with a Primitive Mold. So, Primitive Mold, where do we want the echoes? I guess we want them in the center. Okay, there's my Bounty Stalker. We want the Bounty Stalker to die again. We could put it at the bottom or the center. I kind of want to put it in the center. So, you've got Burnout 4, Stealth 2. You're going to do some, including hurting that guy, which is good for me. You've got a damage shield, which is annoying. I guess we'll play the Molten Encasement up here. Have it die again. And then we need to get some cards out of our hand. We could play more Train Stewards and have the Train Stewards die. If nothing else, playing the Train Stewards gets them out of the hand, which is good. And then the Bounding Echoes could do not much, but just get out of the hand. I'll do that. Okay, great. That's my turn. Alright, go. Oh, excellent. You played the Constructed Explosive exactly where I wanted it, so that my Bounty Stalker dies again. Wonderful. We can... Actually, both of you are dying, which is wonderful. Wonderful as well. The Bogfly, if it went at the top, it wouldn't die. We actually want it to die somewhere. I don't know what we do. We probably want the Molten Encasement. The Molten Encasement also wouldn't die at the top. What do we even do? Well... I like my hand, but I want to get things out of the hand as well. Let's get a Primitive Mold out of the hand. Primitive Mold out of the hand. Molten Encasement, you know, you could go at the bottom. That would make it so that these Train Stewards would have some stealth. Eventually. Which is fine. Those Train Stewards having some stealth is fine. What do we do with this Bogfly? The Bogfly that can't die at the top. Guess we keep it in the hand. Alright, you know what? We're just keeping this hand. Strange as that is. Okay, this turn we want to kill something at the top with one of these. That could be you, although killing you is kind of pointless. It could just be an Echo Break on the back one. We've got 2 Echo Breaks with Extreme Stones in them. And then we've got a Hosting Kin. I guess we hit the back one with an Echo Break. Or a Hosting Kin. Don't know which one I want. Let's do the Primitive Mold first. Primitive Mold, get me back my Bounty Stalker yet again. Bounty Stalker already has 44 attack. I don't know what its base attack is, but it has extinguished a few times already. And then... Do we Primitive Mold? I guess we could kill this one with a Hosting Kin. It actually doesn't kill it. I don't know what I want. Let's do a Hosting Kin on you. Alright. Now what do we want? I'm very surprised that we don't make it through you. And we could do some damage to you. And we could play a primitive mold if we wanted to. Let's do some damage to this one. So Echo Break, and maybe another Echo Break? Don't really know what I want to do with the Hosting Kin. But the Hosting Kin has Consume and it costs 0. So let's do another Echo Break. Bogfly would just die. It would not just die if we put it here. Oh, how about that? I don't want to put it there because I don't want to kill that, though. Alright, you know what? Fine. So you've got 7 damage shield? Oh man. That's a pretty strong Shard Enhance thing to get so much damage shield. Not that it's going to help you, but still. We want the Bogfly to just die. Maybe next turn. We could have a Train Steward just die. We could play Dripfall, but it doesn't do much when there's a stealth right there. It does do something if we also play a Bogfly, though. And potentially one of these Train Stewards or Molten Encasement. Ooh. Let's see what we get. We got a Molten Encasement. Ho-ho. Alright. So if we play a Bogfly here, or here, no, here. And then if we play a Molten Encasement, I kind of don't want to play this because we might actually win if we play Molten Encasement. And I don't want to win. I want this Bounty Stalker to die again. So let's end turn. Let's win at the top. Besides, the Molten Encasement is really good at the top as well. Alright, we're already winning. Let's just click end turn and win. Okay, I think we've got some strong stuff. I definitely need to remove some cards from my deck. Perfect Insanity. Oh, you know how I like my Perfect Insanity. Wickless Recruitment? Remove all burnout and debuff effect stacks? I guess we could do that to get Echo Right to not have sap. I don't really want to take 2 of them though. Perfect Insanity, I want 2 of those, especially with the infused. And then I don't think we want any of these. Skip these. Do we want Light of Seraph? Light of Seraph would allow me to play more things on whatever floor we play our Baron. Urzel's Compound... It's never as good when you've got Magic Hand, unless you can play through your cards. Fel's Remorse is good when we've got Magic Hand. Maybe we want Fel's Remorse. I don't know. Let's take Light of Seraph. I know that we can make use of Light of Seraph. The other 2 I'm not sure if we're going to make use of. Alright, so our plan is to duplicate our ridiculous unit. So we're going right. I don't think that we want the Wurmkin unit. Let's peek in here first. Twin Stone, I really like Twin Stones. We'll think about that. Let's go to the champion upgrade. Shellsmith 2 applies armor 8. It's just double. Also actually gives you more stats, which is not as useful when you've got sap at the beginning and heartless. I don't know. You're fine. Let's remove 2 train stewards. We know we're going to do that. 2 train stewards gone. Let's see what's in here. We definitely don't want those. Yeah, definitely don't want those. Alright, skip those. We're going to duplicate our Wickless Baron. Costs 15 pack shards. Alright. We're already going to have 130 pack shards. Alright, but now we can have 2 Wickless Barons, which is very, very nice. What do we do in the Divine Temple? Do we get even more pack shards? Normally I really like the Twinstone, but I'm not sure that we care about Twinstone this time. I don't think so. I don't think I care about Seekstone either. So let's move on. I wish I could pay money to remove a card this time, but I guess we'll get that in a future time. We're certainly going to go this way because removing cards really helps at this point. And you know, we'll take the Divine Horde. If we make it there, we could die at any moment with this extreme threat level that we keep subjecting ourselves to. The Mark of Invasion. Ooh. With two of these Wickless Barons, I really want to turn that on. We depend on drawing one of those in the first turn, though, if we do this. But I really want to, so let's turn it on. Alright, give me a Wickless Baron, or 2. We got a Wickless Baron, alright. Where do we want to set up? Probably at the top. We can even do Soul Siphon to start with, at the top. I'm going to put a Bogfly in front of my Wickless Baron so that the Bogfly eventually dies. And unfortunately, you're just going to give me Weights of Contrition every turn, which I don't like, but you know, it's going to happen. Do we want the Echo right at the top, actually? We do. It means that we can't have 2 Wickless Barons at the top. But I think that's okay. We'll have one in the center and one at the top. So, you go there, you actually deal some damage this time. And then the Bogfly goes in the front, so that it eventually dies. Okay. We've got a Dripfall. Remember that Dripfall, I can overstack floors if I want to with Dripfall. I may forget that, but hopefully you remember it, even if I forget. The Collector is in the back. How unfortunate. How unfortunate. If only we could kill everything on the top floor. We could play the Most Blessed Sword. We would purge it, which means we couldn't master it. It's pretty hard to master because it takes up a spot in our hand with Magic Hand. But we could do it. You know, one thing that we could do is we could Dripfall our Bogfly and put another Wickless Baron at the top, which is pretty weird to do. But it would mean that we would kill everything at the top, which is pretty nice. Okay, you know what? Bogfly, die on a different floor. We're also going to take the Weight of Contrition if I do this. But being able to kill the Collector for 3 damage, I will take. We should do Bounding Echoes first. Bounding Echoes first or Bounding Echoes after we play Wickless Baron? Bounding Echoes after we play Wickless Baron. So, Dripfall, Wickless Baron, let's put him here. Actually, if he survives, he could go here, no problem. which he does survive, so let's have him go there. Alright, so we took 3 damage to kill the Collector. We've got to play that Weight of Contrition next turn, and we're going to have another one too. Alright, I think we can take out the boss no problem. Now it's just everything before the boss that we need to deal with. So, play these two. We can't kill the Absolver this turn. We could kill it next turn. One of the things that I could do is Hosting Kin you, and then put the Bounty Stalker in front next time. I like that. And I don't think you guys have a chance of surviving. Not with what we're doing up there. I don't think so, but we'll figure out next turn if we have to do something about you two. Probably not. Okay, we don't need to do anything about you two, so what we're going to do is play our Bounty Stalker here. The Bounty Stalker doesn't get to die very often this time. Let's play the Weight of Contrition, and let's play Echo Break on you. Okay, that was a turn. Our front Wickless Baron there is taking a lot of damage, but he isn't taking enough to die. What do I want to do here? Primitive Mold gets back a Bogfly, of all things. I think that we want to do something. I'm thinking that putting Echo Right along with my Wickless Barons is not a great idea. We had 2 Wickless Barons, then we could put Molten Encasement or Bogflies in front of them. And that's probably better than depending on my Echo Right to give them a little bit of armor. The Echo Right could go somewhere else, I guess. I don't know. Let's get rid of a Primitive Mold. And a Molten Encasement. Molten Encasement. Primitive Mold. Bogfly and Train Steward. Clearly I'm just grasping at straws there. What do we have in our hand? In our deck, I mean. We've got a Hosting Kin and Echo Breaks, which might be important because we might need to kill that one. We'll see. We'll see next turn if we need to. Yeah, we do need to kill that one. We could do... What can we do? I want to also kill those, for obvious reasons. We could play another Bogfly at the bottom. The other thing I could do is just let this one die and depend on the next Wickless Baron, especially because we have Molten Encasements. I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to let this Wickless Baron die. And instead do a Bogfly at the bottom. Bogfly at the bottom. Echo Break at the bottom to kill one of these so we don't get 2 things that could deal me damage. I guess we could play one of the Sacred Wicks. And playing another Sacred Wick doesn't save you, does it? We could play Perfect Insanity, actually. Oh. We could play Perfect Insanity. We don't need to use it on the boss, so why not? There we go. You're saved. Didn't expect to save you, but we did. And then we want the Bounty Stalker to die. Which I guess it will next turn. Bounty Stalker dies next turn. So Bounty Stalker dies this turn. Let's play the Weight of Contrition. Let's play an Echo Break. We could Echo Break our own Bounty Stalker and then get it back with Sacred Wicks. I'm going to do that. Echo Break. Get back a Bounty Stalker, hopefully. We have another chance. We didn't get it. Alright, well, we'll do this instead. Actually, we want the Molten Encasement. We don't want the Molten Encasement next turn. We don't have enough room for it. So Molten Encasement, Train Steward, and Bogfly. Do a little bit of damage. Alright, and we should easily win up here. We do. Play the Weight of Contrition, and play this Echo Break. Actually, wow. The Echo Break is kind of worthless. Okay, never mind. We won't play the Echo Break. I wanted to kill that one, clearly, but we kind of can't. Even if I do Bounding Echoes first. Even if I do Bounding Echoes first. And a Primitive Mold, we still don't get to do it. Alright. Anyway, we win. This one had thorns or spikes because of the high threat level, it looked like. I'm interested to see what the bosses have because of the high threat level. Return a spell card from the discard pile to your hand and apply Infuse -1 Ember and Consume. It's not bad. Total Recall, return 3 random spell cards from the discard pile to your hand and apply Consume. Or Ambient Charge, extract 3, draw 3, apply Consume to draw on spells. I don't really want any of these. And I think if I don't really want any of these, I shouldn't take them. It's just that getting a spell card from our discard pile is kind of not bad. But I think we're going to ignore these. Ignore these. The Remnant Host is really good with my Wickless Barons. I want that. Alright, we will take that. Okay, what do we get? Oh! Spells with Purge have Consume instead. Oh! The Most Blessed Sword. The Most Blessed Sword now has Consume instead of Purge. The Hope for Peace. That's the second time I've seen that. Alright. Go left because we want to remove cards. Let's look at the Merchant of Magic first. Freestone is worthless. Surgestone is fine. Emberstone is good. Okay. Let's take the artifact. When you summon the second unit during a turn, gain 3 Ember. I like it. Let's take Hell's Banners. Remove 2 cards. One of these is a Train Steward. One of these is probably going to be Primitive Mold. One of the Echo Breaks would not be bad either. But I think Primitive Mold is the thing that's most useless to us. I think. Alright. Merchant of Magic. Surgestone we can put on an Echo Break. Yeah, let's put it on an Echo Break. Emberstone we put on Dripfall, maybe? It honestly goes on a lot of stuff. Not the primitive molds, because I want them to stick in the hand, so we don't want to make them 0 so that we would play them. We could put it on the Echo Break that has piercing, or one of the drip falls. Put it on a drip fall. I'm kind of thinking that with the drip falls we can overstack a floor. That might be something that we do. Let's refresh here. Keepstone. Ooh, I definitely want that. I don't know what I want that on. So many of my things have consume on them. We could put that on the drip fall that costs 0. So that we just play drip fall over and over and over again. That's actually not a bad plan. Let's do that. Surge Stone on another Echo Break. Just keep all of the Echo Breaks but have Surge Stones on them. Instead of removing the Echo Breaks? Sure, I guess so. Okay, Emberstone. Could put that on the other drip fall. Could put it on Most Blessed Sword, so that it does 30 even when we have no Ember. It is 30 more damage on a consume spell. Let's put it on a primitive mold. Alright. Purge one more card. We are going to purge another primitive mold, I think. Okay, so the way that our deck works now, we've got a large deck, and we just need to go through it. A lot of the things consume, so after we go through the deck one time, the deck becomes much, much smaller. Okay, there we go. Let's do Battle 5. You have a bunch of stealth, probably more because of the pack shards that we have. I don't want my enemy units to have armor 15, so we won't turn that on. Where do we want the Bounty Stalker? I think what we're going to do is kind of set up in the center this time. The center only has 5 space. The Bounty Stalker doesn't do anything at the bottom. We can keep the Hosting Kin for next turn. I don't know, I want the Bounty Stalker to die is the thing. So maybe we do play it down here. Let's play it down here. And then let's do nothing, right? I guess we could Soul Siphon here before we play cards. And then next turn, let's play these cards maybe. Okay, much nicer. I think that we're going to play Echo Right and Wickless Baron here. Echo Right, Wickless Baron. Let's play the Remnant Host in front of our Wickless Baron. And I think this is a good time to play the Most Blessed Sword. It kills all of those. Bounding Echoes we probably should have played already, but let's just play it next turn now. Okay, yeah, Most Blessed Sword. Kill all of those. Alright, we'll play Bounding Echoes next turn. And you are going to die next turn, which is good for us. We want you to die, so that you will become very good later. Okay, this Wickless Baron is going to go at the top floor. This Hosting Kin is going to kill that Silent Marksman. I think so. This Echo Break could kill that Silent Marksman, but it could kill this one. Okay, you are a problem. We might have to do something about you. I'm going to play Bounding Echoes this turn, maybe? I don't know. I really want my Drip Falls. That's what I really want right now. If we play the Wickless Baron this turn, is it very good if we play it this turn? I don't know. I'm going to play it this turn. And then what? We could kill our own Remnant host. I don't think we want to, because you would gain armor every time. So I think we hit you, because you're going to be the biggest problem. And then we play a Primitive Mold just to get rid of it right now, so that we draw more cards. Okay. Okay, now we play our Bounding Echoes. Bounding Echoes. Did we draw? We drew Perfect Insanity. Great. So we're going to play Bounding Echoes. Could we get the Perfect Insanity to happen at the top floor? Because then we could Drip Ball you down. It would be a little bit challenging, because we'd have to get 6, which means we'd have to play 6 cards at the top. That doesn't seem possible this turn. So we're going to have to Drip Fall you. So Drip Fall you, because then we can do Perfect Insanity on you. Oh right, after we do some other things. Bounding Echoes. Should have done that before the Drip Fall. Perfect Insanity on you. And then we didn't get to kill you, but we can do that next turn with an Echo Break. We could even play a Remnant Host at the top, so that this Wickless Baron starts getting bigger. Let's do that. Okay. I do want to play Sacred Wicks. Let's do that here. I'm playing that for the Bounty Stalker, so the Bounty Stalker can come down here. And die again in a little bit. Oh, actually we have more Ember now, so we get to play Echo Break. Right. Great. Let's click End Turn. I think we've had a good turn. Now then, we do have a Drip Fall where we could bring something down, like you, down into this floor. I think we want that. Drip Fall you so that you start getting the effects here. Let's Echo Break. Ooh, Echo Break doesn't kill you. How about that? Let's play a Primitive Mold. And then Sacred Wicks. Sure. And then Echo Break. Should I play the Hosting Kin as well? Just to deal you damage. You know, I'm gonna do it. It's not the best use of my efforts, probably, but we did it. And then next turn we'll do something else. Okay. Bounding Echoes is always a good thing to do. Let's do Bounding Echoes here. we want things to go well down at the bottom. You are going to die, no problem. We could dripfall you to make you die on this floor. I think that's worthwhile, so I'm going to do that. We have one more Perfect Insanity next turn, so I'm really not worried about the boss. Which means, what if I play a Molten Encasement here? Our guy burns out. How about that? Okay. I guess that means we can do Echo Break. Echo Break? We could do a Bog Fly to do some damage. The Bog Fly dies. Right. I'm not going to play the other Molten Encasement because I don't want to win on this floor. Okay, you are dying pretty quickly, I think. If we play a primitive mold at the top, do we get... We didn't get our guy back. Okay. I was hoping to get the bounty stalker back again. We didn't get that. But anyway, we're winning right here, so let's just win. Okay, I think we're doing well. There's a lot of indication that we might be doing well. 2 more Perfect Insanities? Probably not worth it. Forgotten Trade. I just don't want to have to draw it and then not draw other cards sooner. So I think we just skip again. Hallowed Halls. Hallowed Halls is really interesting, but I don't think very useful. Crushing Demise is often rather good to shore up our defenses, and it's really good with Magic Hand, so I'm going to take it. But that is 2 more cards in the deck, which is also a little bit of a problem. Okay, where do we go here? Left would give us a Merchant of Steel, which we could... We should probably remove our Bog Flies, by the way. But we could make our Bounty Stalker better with a Merchant of Steel. And we've got our Molten Encasements and Remnant Host that we could make better. The Merchant of Magic, we've got some cards we could make better over there. And of course the Concealed Caverns. I think I want the free artifact. I think artifacts are one of the things that could really help me. A large stone. Ooh, you know I want that. You know I like my large stones. Wow, Sketches of Salvation is not the best? Right? It saves me from having to play the cards directly. But I have so many things in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 9 cards. Sketches of Salvation does mean that we don't have to start by playing those cards. Like, it basically removes 4 cards from my deck. And that does mean that we get to put my cards behind them with Dripfall. I don't know. It could be good or bad. It could be good or bad, but the fact that it just plays 4 of my units in the center where I probably want the units to be played anyway, I'm gonna take it. It basically removes 4 cards from my deck in a weird way, and that is nice. What do we want a large stone on? Putting a large stone on any of these is really weird. Do we want a large stone on Bounty Stalker to give it some health? Do we want it to have health? I don't even know. After getting Sketches of Salvation, seeing a large stone should be a great thing to see. But it's kind of weird. Let's put it on Bounty Stalker. Alright, our Bounty Stalker is going to be just kind of a good unit. Not one that we just want to die all the time. Heartstone... If we're keeping the bog flies, it's probably useful to put a Heartstone on them. But I really want to remove the bog flies. So I don't think those are useful. How about the Molten Encasement or Remnant Host? Do we want Heartstones on those? Maybe on one of the Molten Encasements? Sure. Also, we could have just saved our money, which might have been the better plan. Okay. I don't know if we made our deck better that time. We could have made it worse, actually. I don't know. Looming and Shattering. Shattering adds Weights of Contrition whenever... Oh man, that's actually bad. Yeah. Alright, so the Shattering is real bad for us. We really don't want the Shattering Dark Shard. Okay, we've got a pretty weird center. What we basically want to do is slowly move things down. So if we play both Wickless Barons at the top, and then hopefully get a Drip Fall, then that would be good. I don't know how we're going to deal with this Clipped Guardian yet. Maybe this Perfect Insanity will deal with the Clipped Guardian. Hard to say. But I think we just put units at the top that we want to move down. So, let's do that. This Molten Encasement will stick in our hand for now. Actually, you do 107 damage to him. Right. Forgot that you're just a good unit now. Crushing Demise. That's interesting. We don't mind anybody dying in the center, but we really want to kill things at the bottom. So why don't we do Crushing Demise at the bottom? Okay, we've got a pretty good chance to kill that one, which is the one that we want to kill. Let's try it. Oh, we didn't kill it. Alright, sad. Looming Dark Shard in the center. That's fine. We need to kill you, which we can do a variety of ways. Do we want to do the Soul Siphon at the bottom? I think we do. Soul Siphon at the bottom, so that we could play a Perfect Insanity at the bottom sometime. We don't need to do that this turn. You are annoying, but we'll deal with you a future turn. You're annoying, we might deal with you next turn or this turn. For now, let's think about what we have. We've got a Remnant Host, which we don't care about getting back currently. So instead, let's do Echo Break here. Now things are going very well at the top. Let's do an Echo Break to kill this one. And then a Primitive Mold just to get it out of the deck. Put the Remnant Host at the bottom? Sure. I said out of the deck. Really meant out of my hand. Let's do it at the top so we get some echoes at the top. Primitive Mold. Let's do another Primitive Mold so that we can draw 5 cards. Okay, Remnant Host. Deal you some damage. 40 damage to you. Great. Alright, we finally got a drip fall, so we can start drip falling our Wickless Barons. So let's drip fall this Wickless Baron. We can't drip fall the other one this turn because we need it to kill this. You are going to get a lot because a couple things are going to die here. We should have played the Bounding Echoes. Play the Bounding Echoes. The Shattering Dark Shard is very annoying. The Perfect Insanity could kill this one. I like that. Yeah, I like that. We could also just Perfect Insanity the boss, which is also not a bad plan. Do we want to just Perfect Insanity the boss? I mean, the boss is going to die, because our guys are going to be strong. But at the same time... Ooh, the Shattering Dark Shard. We could play this Molten Encasement. And then the Shattering Dark Shard doesn't do anything to us. I like it. Let's play Perfect Insanity on the boss. Nice. Do I want to do anything else? Kind of want to drip fall my guy, but we can't do that without dealing with that guy. Could we get a Remnant Host back? We could. And just play another Remnant Host at the bottom. Or a Remnant Host at the top, except that it wouldn't die. We could kill it with the Hostingkin. How much do we care about Hostingkin? Not a ton. Not a ton. We don't really care about Hostingkin that much. I'm thinking about using it to push this guy back, so that we deal our damage to this one. Let's do that. Alright. And then I think we're done this turn. Okay. That was a pretty involved turn. The combustible wax with those Remnant Hosts actually have done a lot for us, surprisingly. Oh man, the Looming Dark Shard at the top is terrible. It is bad, because I really wanted to play Drip Fall this turn to bring you down. But if I do that, at the top, everything will cost more. And everything costing more is kind of bad. Everything costing more is kind of bad. We could play some things first, though. Let's play some things first. Sacred Wicks gets back a thing. I want to drip fall the boss, I think. Thinking about drip falling you and drip falling the boss. If I do that, I probably want to play some cards first, so they don't cost more. Like that. Perfect Insanity will cost more, and one of the drip falls will cost more. And Most Blessed Sword. Okay, I can deal with that. So drip fall you. Drip fall the boss. Okay, Perfect Insanity costs more, which is sad. However, we can still do Hell's Banners this turn by playing a Bogfly down here and playing another Remnant Host down here. These Remnant Hosts are ridiculous. Okay, Perfect Insanity, we get to play that this turn against the boss. Okay, we can even play Most Blessed Sword if we wanted to. But I don't see the purpose right now. We could even play another Remnant Host down here. This is ridiculous. Okay, you know what? We will. Remnant Host at the bottom. Finally, we're getting harvests with our harvest guides. So they're getting strong. Okay, everything's going fine in the center. Let's Dripfall you this turn. And then... really don't care about most of these cards. And we can't play the Bogfly because we don't have space. We could play the Bogfly at the top, but we could do that next turn. Let's just do nothing else this turn. Okay, is my guy going to die anytime soon? He's going to die this turn. Great. I did want him to die sometime. What do we do? We've got a Hosting Kin, which is pretty interesting because we could do some cool stuff with it once these Remnant Hosts die. Okay, play a Bogfly down here. It's not going to die, actually, because you only deal 9 damage. We can do Dripfall on something. I guess we could Dripfall the Molten Encasement. Sure. Let's Dripfall a Molten Encasement, whatever. And then don't play Sacred Wicks. Do play Bounding Echoes, I guess? Okay. Great. I feel like we've already won this one, but I'm trying to make sure that we do. Okay, I want to do Sacred Wicks right here. That gets a Bounty Stalker back. We play the Bounty Stalker. We Dripfall the Bounty Stalker? No. We Crushing Demise at the top to get rid of the Bounty Stalker. Then we Primitive Mold to get the Bounty Stalker. And then we play the Bounty Stalker and Dripfall it. Alright. It was creative. Now, we don't really have anything else to do with these other than hit the boss, so let's get rid of one of the Spell Shield and deal some damage. It also deals damage due to these Bogflies. Alright, we've got Dripfall, we've got Perfect Insanity. We can just win with Perfect Insanity. However, what we really want to do is kill our back unit. So, can we Perfect Insanity our own back unit? We can't. Alright, kill you again, so that you get more. Alright, and then we can win. Just have to extinguish that guy as often as possible, so that he gets even stronger. Wax and Spike? Oh man, it's so interesting. The Echoes of the Past could be amazing, though. Do we take Echoes of the Past because it could be amazing? Or do we take Unearthed Remains because they could also be really good? Let's take Unearthed Remains. Okay. That was a little bit odd. Do we want Herzl's Compound at this point? I think we do. Alright. What in the world are we doing? Removing the bogflies? Probably a good plan. Probably a good plan to remove the bogflies. I don't know what we're going to do at a Merchant of Steel anymore. But removing the bogflies is very valuable. So let's go this way. Okay. Let's see what the Merchant of Steel has in it. A Frenzy Stone. Oh man, if only... If only there was something useful to put that on. It's not worth buying. Let's go to the Concealed Caverns. Oh man. Oh man. Which one of these? For the greater good, summon a friendly rebel unit to the front of this floor. I love it. I really like that one. Upgrade a unit with something is not bad. Ooh, which one would we rather do? Because for the greater good could be very nice. But also, I think this would allow us to upgrade one of our units that already has 2 upgrades. I think I will choose this, because I'm curious. Upgrade a unit with Strike Applied Melee Weakness. That's really nice. The Sapstone is also pretty good, actually, in some of our units. I think we need Sunderstone. And we do get to put it on a Wickless Baron. So the Wickless Baron applies Melee Weakness 1 on Strike, which is really good when he strikes twice. Ho-ho, I think that was very strong. Only one of the Wickless Barons, but that Wickless Baron is great. Okay. Unstable Vortex. I wanted to remove the Bogflies. Definitely want to remove the Bogflies. And then... Armor 14. Not quite double the previous one, but sure. So, we've finally done Shellsmith 3. I think we're going to save our money rather than do anything here. Save our money for the Merchant of Trinkets next time. Okay. We have to win this next one. We're still at high threat level, so I'm still worried about every one. You have Trample, which could be bad. Heaven's Seal seems terrible. We will not turn that on. Alright. Oh, look at that center floor. We've got the Molten Encasement to give stealth. The Remnant Host, which, you know, we might kill it ourselves after the Molten Encasement might go. And then the Wickless Barons. That's a really nice floor right there. We could do Crushing Demise first turn. The Bounty Stalker is also good. I'd want to do Crushing Demise first. Great. Alright, so we're going to kill you next turn with one of these spells. I'm going to play the Bounty Stalker so that it starts doing things. And I don't see a reason to play any of these this turn, so we won't. The Collector. We're going to have to kill the Collector. Okay, you killing the front one is nice. I think that we need to do things this turn. And one of those things is going to be playing Soul Siphon at the top. So that it's a good place to play Perfect Insanity. Next, Remnant Host. Remnant Host up here, and Echo Right up here. The Echo Right we want to bring down in a future turn. We do want to kill you with one of these. I guess this Echo Break kills you. Or this Echo Break, because this one does more damage and we could use it next turn. I'll do this one. Great. You guys are getting stronger. You haven't died yet, which is fine. Maybe we should kill this Remnant Host right now with this Echo Break. Maybe. Let's do it. Echo Break, kill this Remnant Host. And then should we Primitive Mold to get the Remnant Host back? Sure. We're going to do it where we don't have full echoes, which I guess the center is a good place to get full echoes. And play the Remnant Host at the top. Okay. You know, things are going really well so far. I don't feel concerned in the slightest. Do you die this turn? Not even close. You only get 10 damage. How do you only get 10 damage? Don't you do 16 damage? You don't have stealth anymore. Okay, don't know why you only do 10 damage. Because, oh, this guy's dazed. You just can't see the little thing above his head, because it's in between the floors. Do we have a way to bring somebody down a floor? Not yet. Still not yet. Well, we're not killing everything here, so we might as well make it so that we would. That should be Echo Break here. And then we don't quite kill you, but we would kill you next turn. Or we can Perfect Insanity you at any time we wanted. We don't really care about. Unless we just want to play it because we'll play it now, draw it again. Okay, fine. Play it now, draw it again later. And then we could kill this one right now, so that you deal damage to the next one. That seems fine. And I'm trying to think of what we play. I guess because we've got 2 Sacred Wicks, we play a Primitive Mold. And we play a Bounding Echoes because we have 2 Bounding Echoes. Alright, fine. So now you die, which is fine. We're going to start bringing people down a floor. Let's start with you. Bring you down a floor. And then the Unearthed Remains. I really like having this floor have more space for echoes. So let's do that. And then I guess we play Bounding Echoes because, you know, why not? And everything dies in the center. How about the bottom? We could play an Echo Break to kill one of these things. One of the things that's pretty bad, like this back one. Or this one, because it does a bunch of damage to the front unit. Which, I don't know, it would kill the drafts, but is that bad? I guess let's kill this one. While this guy is already dying. The Most Blessed Sword we could play kind of at any point, and the Hosting Kin we'll play next turn. Okay, we just do a ton of damage in the center. Do we kill everything in the center right now? We do. We kill everything. And these guys burn out, even. Okay. Well, that's not bad. You're gonna burn out. Great time to dripfall you. So that you can burn out here. We could Crushing Demise at the bottom. And then we could play Primitive Mold. Get back our Bounty Stalker, put it down here. And anything else we care to do? We could dripfall you too. Let's dripfall you too. Okay. Great. That's actually great, because they don't have the stealth, so they get killed and create more draft units. Although we can only create 2 draft units because of the 7-unit limit. Oh my gosh, so much harvest. Alright, so the amount of harvest that just happened, I really want to see our units. 115 times 2 apiece. Alright. You need to die so that we can get you back. Can we kill you this turn? This kills enemy units. There we go. And then we can use Sacred Wicks to get you back. Put the Sacred Wicks here so we get the armor too. Ooh, okay. Well, we've got another Sacred Wicks, so we can still get you back. There we go. You can go there, deal some damage to the boss. And then everything else, I guess we play Unearthed Remains in the center. And we play a whole bunch of stuff at the top. Let's play these 2 Remnant hosts. I'm going to keep 2 in my hand so that we can do the Hell's Banners next turn. But we're going to dripfall one of these Remnant hosts this turn. Okay. You know, I feel like the power that we're showing here is so ridiculous that we have no fear at all. Alright, so, Molten Encasement, Molten Encasement. Now we've got Ember this turn. We can bring something down, which I kind of want to do the Remnant host, so we will. We can do an Echo Break to kill one of the back ones. We can do a Perfect Insanity on the boss. And we can do a Most Blessed Sword. Sure. Alright. Alright, and then we totally crush in this next floor. Totally crush. Can we kill our own unit again? We can. Okay. Primitive Mold. Get me back the Bounty Stalker. Play the Bounty Stalker. Perfect Insanity the Bounty Stalker? Or actually... We can't do this many times because we don't have the Ember to do a bunch of these. Oh, actually we can. Perfect Insanity the Bounty Stalker. And then Primitive Mold the Bounty Stalker. Why do you only have 6 health this time? Wait a minute, why do you only have 6 health? I think that's a bug. He's got a large stone in him. He shouldn't have 6 health, but anyway. We just wanted to kill him, so the bug actually helped me that time, but that was a bug, and I don't want it to affect me negatively in the future. I think we should not take these. Skip. We don't need more Sacred Wicks, certainly. I don't think Molten Entrapment is necessary, even though it's quite fun against bosses. Don't think that it's necessary. I'm considering it because adding Dazed to Seraph from the Last Divinity is really effective. But I think we just don't want the cards in our deck. Okay. Let's get to 150 pack shards because we're at 100. And do we want to remove more cards or duplicate again? Good question. We could duplicate the Bounty Stalker. We could. Do we want to duplicate anything else? If we duplicated something, it would be the Bounty Stalker or Wickless Baron. If we wanted to remove things, what would we remove? A Primitive Mold? The Primitive Molds are not great. I'd want to remove a Primitive Mold, but probably not both Primitive Molds. By both, I mean 2 of them. There's more than 2. So I don't think we want to remove. So I guess we want to duplicate. Okay, let's duplicate. So, peek in the Divine Temple. We see a Value Stone and a True Stone. Value Stone could go on Unearthed Remains if we wanted to. True Stone could go on really nothing that valuable. So we could do a Value Stone if we wanted to. Merchant of Magic, we could have another spell have Holdover. That's interesting. Another spell with Holdover. Another spell with Holdover. Would we want Crushing Demise to have Holdover? It could kill a lot of units if it did. And I have enjoyed having Crushing Demise in my hand. So we could. Weird. Merchant of Trinkets. Do we have anything for carving Korska to effect? Do we have any extract? The only extract I can think of are the Perfect Insanities. And yeah, those are the ones. So I don't care about these. We almost certainly want to re-roll those. And I've looked at everything. So let's get 20 Pyre health. Let's re-roll these. Fade's First Blade is not terrible. Lightstone Casing. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. Ooh. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. What spells do I have that have 2 upgrades already? None. Alright. So I guess that's not as important as I thought it might be. Because we haven't cared to add that to something yet. Interesting. Is there anything that we care about here? I guess Fade's First Blade is nice. 215 for Fade's First Blade, which means we would have 110. Which would be enough for the Keepstone, but not a Keepstone and an Emberstone. Let's do those. So Fade's First Blade, take that. We're going to duplicate the Bounty Stalker, because my Bounty Stalker is kind of amazing. And that also gives me the 150 pack shards. Okay. Then we're going to spend the rest of our money on Keepstone on Crushing Demise. And that's it. Alright. I think we're ready. Let's see if we can actually win Seraph the Diligent, though. Because Seraph the Diligent is really annoying. Especially the 3 cards that he's going to add to my deck. Those are awful. Especially with Magic Hand. Ooh, we got a good set in the center again. Oh, we got a good set in the center. Alright. That's nice to see. Hosting Kin, we probably want to kill the Purifier. So Bounty Stalker at the bottom, definitely. I don't really see a reason to play Echo right yet, so we just won't. Play the Vengeful Shard. Really don't want the Purifier to add something to my hand, so let's kill it right now. Okay. What did we consume? We consumed something that consumed anyway. Great. Alright. Actually, exactly what we want to happen is happening in the center. So, nothing to do there. No reason not to play Bounding Echoes. So let's play Bounding Echoes. It consumes anyway, so why not? And do we want to do it any particular place? How about this place? Soul Siphon can go at the top. We've got another Bounty Stalker, which I guess could go at the bottom. Where do we want our Bounty Stalkers? I guess we want them at the bottom. I still think we don't care to play Echo right, so we just don't. Play another Bounty Stalker at the bottom. And do we let this one hit us so that we can kill it on this floor? We would get a self-mutilation, but I don't mind. So I'm just going to click End Turn. Okay, so we get our self-mutilation. We did not because you were dazed. Is that true? Huh. If you're dazed, you don't give us the self-mutilation, so we can just let them go up there? Okay, great. I like that a lot. We're killing the front two, and then the next two go to the next floor. Alright. So far I'm not seeing anything for us to really do. I guess let's get rid of our Echo Breaks, hitting Seraph the Diligent. Start with the one that has a Surge Stone on it anyway. So we're trying to hit the Spell Shield. And yeah, let's just play Echo Breaks. Do I want to save this one for next turn so that we have something to consume? Or do we just consume the Hosting Kin next turn? Let's just get rid of the Spell Shield. Getting rid of the Spell Shield seems like a good plan. Okay, you being at the top is annoying. Which I guess means that we put Echo right up there. We have a Primitive Mold, so we can also play a Remnant Host up there. Okay. So Echo Right is finally coming out. We play a Primitive Mold in the center, so that we get Echoes in the center. We play the Remnant Host up there too. Now, what do we do with all of our Ember and stuff? Primitive Mold, because we just don't want them in the hand right now. Unearthed Remains, we should do that. Let's do that in the center. And then I don't even care to play the Hosting Kin, so let's just play Primitive Molds. And we have Echoes completely everywhere, so just play Primitive Molds. The Most Blessed Sword, what did we consume anyway? We consumed a Primitive Mold. That's fine. Should have thought about it, but I don't mind consuming that one. We can actually play something directly in the center now, because we have space. So our hand is full, we play a Remnant Host directly in the center. And then do we have something to move something down? Dripfall. There it is. So let's Dripfall the Echo Rite, because we want you to end your dazed as soon as we can. Did I consume the Dripfall? I consumed the Dripfall with Holdover. Oh, that was dumb. Alright. Well, that was dumb. Let's use the Hosting Kin. We should have done that before the Dripfall, as it turns out. Let's do a Perfect Insanity on Seraph. And we've got another one to do on Seraph the following turn. Let's play the Bounding Echoes. Okay, remember that we consume on the first turn. And we're going to get that self-mutilation, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to play the self-mutilation, definitely. Play that. Next, we want to play something that we're okay with consuming, like Unearthed Remains. That would be unfortunate because then we couldn't play much else. What if we consume the Sacred Wicks? We kind of want to do that next turn. What do we want to do? We could just play the Unearthed Remains and not much else. I wanted to play Perfect Insanity this turn, though. And the only way to do that is if we play something like this Echo Break. Let's play the Echo Break. Echo Break, Perfect Insanity. Alright, only 3,000 health on you, 1 spell shield, 4 stealth. I think that's not a problem. We're going to Dripfall you next turn. That's the plan. We also want to play Sacred Wicks next turn. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. How do we get rid of you? We could play Most Blessed Sword this turn, I guess. Because I wanted to bring you down while you've got the burnout. Definitely do want to do that. Actually, let's do Sacred Wicks. Sacred Wicks in the center because we want more armor and stuff in the center. Okay. So this Remnant host right here could go up here. The Bounty Stalker could go up here too, actually. Instead of the bottom. Because at this point we want the bottom stuff to go up and get killed by these guys. So yes. We could also do Crushing Demise at the top. But waves remaining, we don't really want to get the holdover on it. Not that that's the worst thing, but still. Sure, let's do this Remnant host at the top. Let's put the Bounty Stalker at the top. And let's Dripfall this Remnant host before it burns out. And then what? Unearthed Remains in the center. We could do a Crushing Demise at the bottom, but I don't know that I want to. Could do Most Blessed Sword at the top. But I don't know that we want to. Could do a Molten Encasement at the top to hopefully Dripfall it down or something. Let's do that. Okay. I think that's a turn. That is a turn. Our guys have 105 attack. Our hand is full and we've got 2 Vengeful Shards. We could do Sacred Wicks. How many do we have? We've got Molten Encasement and Remnant Host. Let's do the Sacred Wicks then. So Sacred Wicks, I'm going to do it here. Oh, we didn't have enough room. Oh, we needed to do that after playing Vengeful Shard. Alright, we're going to play a Vengeful Shard and then now a Primitive Mold because of that mistake. Oh, what about the other one? It just disappeared? Alright, well the Remnant Host is going to go in front. And we're going to take 1 damage from the Vengeful Shard, apparently. How unfortunate. We really want to play that Vengeful Shard. Okay, anyway, we probably win next turn. We probably win this turn. We do. Let's play the Vengeful Shard. I'm going to play Perfect Insanity on you. And then let's, end turn and win. Alright, we beat Seraph the Diligent again. We've got a lot of good things for the Last Divinity fight. These Crushing Demises are good against the Last Divinity fight. One damage taken. Alright, final battle. Let's go. What do we get in the center? We got 1 Wickless Baron and a couple of Remnant Hosts. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. We can do a Crushing Demise immediately at the bottom. I like that. Crushing Demise immediately at the bottom. Just kill one of those. We can do an Echo Break to kill this one if we wanted to. And then Bounty Stalker will take off a damage shield, and that's it. Still okay. The Hosting Kin... We'll keep the Hosting Kin for now. Echo Break down here, Bounty Stalker down here. Let's go. Okay, how bad is the bottom? The bottom isn't terrible, especially because we have our other Bounty Stalker to put there. I like that. Crushing Demise we don't really need to play yet. Playing it at the bottom is not terrible, but we don't need to. So let's play the Bounty Stalker. Let's consider the center. So things are not dying in the center. Don't like that. We could make it so that you die. I do want you to die. We could use the Crushing Demise on you next turn. Do we play an Echo Break to get rid of a spell shield? Don't think we do. Do we play Echo Right? I don't think we do. Alright. I don't like that we're keeping our entire hand. Actually, we could kill this one. Let's kill that one. With the Hosting Kin. Alright, now we're not keeping our entire hand. Let's go. We need several things. We need our other Wickless Baron. We need something... There's our other Wickless Baron. We need something to bring things down, which we don't have yet. Let's do the Soul Siphon at the top. We should do Bounding Echoes first. Bounding Echoes, Soul Siphon. We should do the Crushing Demise to kill you, I think. It means that we have a crushing demise every turn, which is also good. We want you to not die. And, oh, we can play the Wickless Baron straight up here. How about that? That's kind of nice. So, we want you to not die. How do we accomplish that? I think we've got to kill this one. And the only way I can see to accomplish that is with Echo Break. Or no, the Echo Break doesn't do it because of the spell shield. Perfect Insanity is the only thing we can do. You know? If it's the only thing we can do, we're going to do it. So, Wickless Baron, let's play him here. Play him here, that's right. We need you to die. Actually, can we kill you? We could get back a Remnant Host. Okay, you know what? We're going to Primitive Mold to get back a Remnant Host. Let's Primitive Mold a place where the echoes are worthwhile. Actually, it could be in the center because we could Perfect Insanity the boss right now. So, Primitive Mold. Let's kill our own Molten Encasement. Kill our own Molten Encasement, which gives these two guys stealth. And gives us space to put the Remnant Host that we just got. Okay, now a lot of things die in the center, which means you guys beef yourselves up. Do we need to do something to you? Because you're giving everybody armor. Again, the thing that we could do is Perfect Insanity. I guess we're going to not do that this turn. Let's go to next turn. Okay, we have a Crushing Demise, which we could use next turn against this Clipped Guardian. I want the Molten Encasement to go in front again. I think I like that. I would love to have a Drip Ball sometime. We just don't have it yet. So let's play this Molten Encasement here. And then we need to kill this one, which we could do with nothing. I guess we could do it with the Most Blessed Sword. The Most Blessed Sword would do 60 damage to all of these in the center, which is not bad. That's not bad. Kind of wanted to play Sacred Wicks. Yeah, we still want to play Sacred Wicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we can play Sacred Wicks and it would be worthwhile. Let's play it down here. Sacred Wicks. 2 Remnant Hosts was not what I was going for, so let's play a Primitive Mold as well. I was going for the other Bounty Stalker. So, Bounty Stalker at the bottom. Now then. I'm thinking about killing Chains of the Sighted with the Perfect Insanity. Let's do it. Vengeful Shard in the deck, that's terrible. You we never took care of. Okay, well, what we could do is play things at the top, play these 2 Remnant Hosts at the top, and have them just slowly hurt you. By slowly, I mean they would die this turn and hurt you, and the next turn they would die. So that's not slow at all. Echo Right, we want to do that when we can push it down to the next floor. So I think we just click End Turn again. We've got a Crushing Demise for next turn. And we need something to kill the back unit. Okay, we've got... We don't have a great set of things to do. We do have another Sacred Wicks, which I like. So we can do Vengeful Shard, Sacred Wicks. We want to do the Sacred Wicks up here because actually we could Drip Fall you. Drip Falling you is nice. I just have wanted to Drip Fall my own guy. But is it better to do Drip Fall on you rather than Perfect Insanity and Crushing Demise? I don't know. Let's do the Perfect Insanity. So Perfect Insanity on you, and then Crushing Demise would kill you. Or we could play a Molten Encasement in front. That doesn't actually help these guys because you've got Sweep and it doesn't kill the Molten Encasement. Okay, you know what? Whatever. You could just make it to the top and we could take some damage, but I want to deal with you. Well, in any event, we're doing the Remnant Host in front here, or the Molten Encasement. Actually, Molten Encasement. Molten Encasement in front. The Echo Right up here, and then Drip Fall it. Echo Right, Drip Fall. Unearthed Remains could go in the center. I like that. Remnant Host could go anywhere. Could go at the bottom if we cared to have it go at the bottom. Don't see much of a point. It would take some of the hits, and you wouldn't die. Alright, can't do that. Can't fit. Alright, never mind. So how about Crushing Demise at the top? We could put another Remnant Host at the top, or we could keep it. Let's keep it because we're going to get Drip Fall again. I want to Drip Fall it. So. We're dealing some damage to Last Divinity. By the way, we had 160 pack shards again, and we didn't get anything special when entering the Last Divinity fight. Whatever it is, I still haven't seen it. I assume it's something that I should have seen by this point, but I haven't. Could do another Unearthed Remains. We could do Hosting Kin and Echo Break. What does Primitive Mold get back? It gets back some good things. Do a Primitive Mold. Bounty Stalker, let's go. Let's play a Bounty Stalker. Okay. Kind of want to kill you with maybe the Hosting Kin and the Echo Break. That means we wouldn't deal with those two. We've got a Crushing Demise for one of them, or we could do Most Blessed Sword to kill both of them. In fact, we could do Most Blessed Sword this turn. Let's kill this guy. This guy is a problem. We didn't kill him. Oh, darn. We didn't kill him at all. Well, that's embarrassing. Maybe we do Most Blessed Sword right now. It's pretty good right now. Let's do it. Okay, we've got a Crushing Demise for a future turn where that's worthwhile. Hopefully we can destroy the things in the center next turn going to be a little bit hard. Because they have a lot of health. They have a lot of health. We could drip ball one of the enemies. No reason not to Bounding Echoes. We've got a Perfect Insanity, but we clearly want to do that on the Steel Slate, if possible. Let's do... We can't get back 2 guys, can we? We can. We can get back 2 of our own guys. Let's start there. Primitive Mold. And we're going to do the Perfect Insanity down here, so do 1 Primitive Mold here. Bounty Stalker. I think it's time for the Bounty Stalker to go to the center, which means playing the Bounty Stalker at the top and drip balling. So, Bounty Stalker at the top and drip ball. Should have done Bounding Echoes already. We could do it now. Or we could save it for next turn. Could save it for next turn. We want to play the Perfect Insanity, but we need to play Primitive Mold as well. So Primitive Mold down here. The Molten Encasement, kind of like that being at the bottom. Or we could put it at the top. It would die if we put it at the top. We could wait for it next turn, but we can't because we need the Ember this turn. So we're doing Molten Encasement here. We want to deal with things here. We can do an Echo Break to kill you. Which doesn't quite deal with things here. We need something for next turn to kill one of those. I guess one of them could make it to the top and it wouldn't be the worst, but we definitely didn't want them to make it to the top. Let's do an Unearthed Remains here. And then Perfect Insanity because you are the problem. Let's kill you. We've got 1 Crushing Demise and probably an Echo Break. We're going to have a Drip Fall, right? Yeah, we can take care of things at the top next turn, no problem. Alright, never mind. We're fine. So we get to Drip Fall 1 of these. Let's Drip Fall you. Drip Fall you. Crushing Demise you. And then we won't have much Ember. Guess that's going to be the way. If we did a Primitive Mold, what would we get? We would get a Molten Encasement or a Remnant Host. Let's wait on that until next turn. We could play the Vengeful Shard, or we can have it deal us 1 damage. 1 damage is not the worst. This can't do anything because they all have Spell Shield. So we could just play this, or we could play the Vengeful Shard. Play the Vengeful Shard. Okay. Center is fine this turn. Only 2 waves remaining, and I think we're going to crush, especially because we've got a lot of damage from our main guys there. We've got a couple Crushing Demises that we could play. It would even allow me to... If we did a Crushing Demise at the bottom, we could replay our Bounty Stalker at the top and Drip Ball it, which is pretty nice. I like that. So, Crushing Demise at the bottom. It killed the front one of all ones that it could kill. Oh well. And then we want to play Primitive Mold. I'm going to do it here. Primitive Mold gets me back a Remnant host. Just realized that would not be the thing that I wanted. Right. That's unfortunate. We could do another Crushing Demise. We could Dripfall the boss. Dripfall the boss. We could Dripfall the boss again, or we could Crushing Demise. Let's Crushing Demise. I don't think the Ember that we got that turn was that great. I'm going to hang on to this Remnant host so that we could get more Ember next turn, probably. Alright. That didn't go super well, but I think we still crush. Next turn. Alright, do we crush? We crush. Alright. Click end turn and crush. Alright, won another expert challenge, the Brains Over Brawn expert challenge. We got a lot of pack shards very early in this run, but it turned out pretty well. And I have mastered a couple of cards. At least one being rather difficult to master too. We're going to see that in a second. Aha, victory! I want to see it. Took very few trials that time, but we were at high threat level all the time. Bounty Stalker mastered, Divinity mastered, and Most Blessed Sword, which is great because we don't see that event very often. So now that event has 3 cards in it, and we have Divinity mastered 2 of the cards from that event now, which is great. I'm not surprised that we got our harvest triggers higher. I want to point out something. The Melting Remnant, we only have 1 card. It says 38 out of 40. But it only shows 1. Mastered 38 out of 40. Is that not 39 out of 40? I don't know. Okay, anyway. Harvest triggers, I'm not surprised that that has been a new personal record. 552 beats our personal best of 456. Alright, that was a great run. Next time, the next expert challenge, we have defeated a bunch of these at this point. In this run, I achieved a new Max Covenant win with the Wurmkin Melting. I also completed my 8th expert challenge and Divinity mastered 2 more cards. There are only 30 more cards for me to master. On the right, I am featuring 2 of the more rare normal enemies that I still am working on my 100 kills goal. Neither of them were difficult to deal with, but this run, no enemy was. On the left, I played with the Most Blessed Sword for the first time this run, and Divinity mastered it. There are only 3 cards I have never played with. Primitive Mold reaches my 100 battle threshold where I stop counting. It is the 15th to reach this height, and the 7th clan starting card to do so. In addition to these 2, I also had 2 cards reach my 10 battle threshold. For artifacts, I feature Combustible Wax, which was both good and bad. It made my Primitive Molds and Remnant hosts much more useful, but it also prevented units of mine from dying as quickly as I sometimes wanted them to. Concussive Coals was great, and it protected me from several blights that enemies would have added to my deck if they hadn't been dazed. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.